Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's season finale time, series finale time. I think that's official
Woo!
by
No, it is. It is.
HBO.
It's
It's
confirmed. It's
official,
confirmed.
confirmed. Series
It's confirmed.
finale, Euphoria. I mean, especially with the spoilers and everything that happened. If you know, you know, but we'll get into it in a minute. My name's Levi. That's Los. You can follow us everywhere, recap and record on all social medias, YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram. That's where we post the most. Los, how are you? More bars than the hottest rapper in New York City. How are you today, Los?
I'm feeling great. Yo, I tell you this, man.
Yeah.
You know, right? I took our own advice, right? I
Yep.
said I'm
Yep.
gonna watch this as like what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna play into it,
Yep.
whatever. Like, yo, you have to watch because it's like a movie,
Yep.
right? You know, like an
Yep.
action movie,
Yep.
right? You gotta watch this like you would watch Fast and Furious, right?
Yes.
Like, and to be honest, and no shade, like we know they've done a lot of sequels, and people be like, why did? Because the movies are fucking awesome. Like they are actually decent.
Right.
Like they're entertaining as hell. You
The,
know what I
the
mean?
best part about the Fast and Furious franchise is the fact that, like, after probably, I would say the fifth one, like Fast Five was like
Yeah.
the crossing point, and then everything just got ridiculous. But
But it's still
they know
entertaining.
it's ridiculous.
Yes,
And it
yes,
continues to get
yes.
even more ridiculous. And
Yes.
also at the same time, the best part about it is with the Ludacris interview, we've all seen it. Everyone's like, why do you keep these movies? They're so stupid. And he's like, these movies make $1 billion. So
Yeah.
let's call it what it is.
But for the most part, they are still good.
Yeah.
Like they're not
Yep.
bad movies. Like
Yep.
like you want to see it. Like you're like, oh whoa. So that's how I watched it. I said,
Yep.
you know, if it doesn't make sense, it's
Yep.
like I don't do that. Yeah, when I'm watching a crazy movie, I don't necessarily break it down all the time. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm just no, that's just what they decided to do. That's what they decided to do.
Yeah.
If there's a loose end, then there's a loose end. So like watching it like that. Oh my God, this episode was crazy. This
It
episode
gives
was
you
crazy.
like old Western vibes, like
Yeah.
lawless, like nothing really matters. The rules, the physics of society is all kind of out the window. As much
Yeah.
as they did to bring us into reality this season. And I think that's probably where that disconnect for the first, I would say first half of this season came from with us. It was like we started off serious because that's kind of how we took it before, and in past seasons
Because
we were
it was serious.
we
I told
were-
you it was very vulnerable.
yes, that very vulnerable and serious material. And now, like, starting off this season with OnlyFans and COVID and Bad Baby and Dr. Phil, it's like, okay, well, okay, I guess it's 2023 and we just have to deal with the border wall and like all of that. When in reality, I think then kind of on the back half of this season, especially these last two episodes, kind of just took us back into that world, that false reality of like, this is treat it like a movie. It's like a
Yes.
Kill Bill satire.
Yes, exactly.
Like this, none of this would actually ever happen in real life. Kind of, sorta, but like
Like Crank, you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
anything with
Yes.
like Jason Statham, you know what I mean?
Yes.
None of that stuff would ever happen in real life.
Yes.
I mean, like, he's
Yes.
always-
Dude, Crank.
That's how you watch this like a Jason Statham
Yep.
movie, and you're fine.
Yeah.
You love it, and then it made it because now Monet is finally getting to the last the penultimate, and then like because I told her, I was like, oh, I got homework. I know you didn't watch it yet, but I gotta watch it. So she was like,
Megs
"All right."
hasn't
So
seen the finale either. Yeah.
So and then when I was thinking about it in totality, I was like, damn, that shit was kind of dope. Yeah, I mean, if you think about the last two episodes, the penultimate and the finale, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
crazy 2-hour movie. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. And
so
I
it does
think-
hold up.
I think just then the other overall kind of maybe like one little nitpick that we'll probably have with this season overall is just kind of this, and we'll get into it in this episode as well, but the storylines that just kind of didn't go anywhere, or
Yep,
why did we
yep.
spend time on this when we could have just been doing more of this? Was just, I think, probably the only kind of negative of the season. Now that it's all wrapped, now that we've kind of changed our perspective. You're right, and I appreciate that from you. Just as kind of this treating it like it's not a serious thing. And I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like he's got a
It's
shotgun to his balls and then blasts him the fuck
yes,
through the door.
yeah. It
Like
was
just,
like Quentin
oh
Tarantino.
my,
Yeah, it was like Quentin
yes,
Tarantino.
yes,
It was all
yes,
that. It was all that
yes.
type of stuff. I
Okay.
love Tarantino movies,
Yeah.
whether they're bad or not, like whether they're artistically great or not.
100%.
I love them. I love them. So
100%. Okay.
so
So,
this episode we're gonna do it a little bit differently, right? So we typically go in chronological order, and we just kind of break down every little thing that we see. We're gonna break this episode into four parts because as I was watching this movie out, or
yeah.
yeah, this movie, as I was watching this, I was like, dang, like how is it? How what are they doing with the story? And when you really think about it, this is broken into four major events, right? And then at the very end of it, right after the story's over, we have an epilogue, right? So epilogue is kind of like where are they now, and because it doesn't really have anything to do with the story.
right.
Everything is resolved, and then you're at the end, and we'll see somebody makes it to the homestead. But well, we'll see. We see that Ali makes it to the homestead. So the four parts, we'll say what they are. So we're going to talk about the breakout,
Yep.
right? The initial breakout. We're going to talk about the crazy switcheroo. All right. That's part two. Part three is Rue's overdose, right?
Mm.
And then part four, the final showdown,
Yep.
right? And then I
Yeah.
said then the epilogue is like, just hanging there
Yeah. Yeah.
at the very end,
Yeah.
right? So the breakout. So
Yeah.
we kind of get a cliffhanger almost kind of from the last episode, kind of with Faye still yelling
Yeah.
mid the beginning of the scene, right?
Yeah.
And lit ass scene, man. Like that this whole sequence was crazy. I love seeing Rue as the aggressor for once, right? I never see her get her shit off ever. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she's a runner.
Yeah.
She's a runner, she's a track runner.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
does a lot of running. She does a lot of running in this as well, but we see her get some shit off. She pulls out the big wrench.
Yes.
Yaka, right?
Immediately, just immediately go. And the rumors in the Twitter sphere, I watched a whole video breakdown of like this week's episode's trailer. Basically, at the end of the day, everyone thought that like the only way out of here was for Rue to kill Wayne. So we thought that was going to be kind of the opening scene of that, but borderline almost killed him. I mean, mashed him. It looked like in the gonads there, but I think his knee was hanging out, his leg. She messed up his leg, and then she just bop, Faye right in the face
with the knockout punch, the one hitter quitter. You know what I'm saying? She gets all the things that she needs to get out of there.
Yep.
And then we know it's go time, right?
Yep.
So Wayne is we see him loading it up. And it was just quick thinking by Rue, and she got to get out of there. But like I was scared for her because I was thinking like there has to be people nearby.
Well,
and that's the anxiety of this scene, whatever, because you don't know the layout of this damn house or this compound. It's really a compound. Like we don't know anything. So we're like, where the hell? And it just looked like she was still underground the whole time.
Well, I think Wayne, like he lives under the horse the stable or something.
Yeah,
like so. And there's a whole house. And that's where because I think Lori was. So maybe they were a little bit disconnected. So that kind of gave her the headway. And then we see another dude on the horse, and he lassos her and is dragging her back. And then finally, our dude Marshawn Lynch just takes that shot that we were like, "What's he doing last week?" Is he just so was he? How long was Rue there, and how long was he just waiting for her or something to pop off?
I know because it seems like she was there obviously for a whole day. But you don't realize like in the middle of the night. I guess that must be when Faye woke her up.
True.
And it was about to be the crack of dawn, which that was just a wild time to even try to pull something like that off, whatever. I guess I don't know. It's too close to the waking hours, I think. But but it was just crazy because it felt like a horror. I mean, it gave you that horror movie vibe where you got the killer with the weapon, and he's trying to get her. He's shooting at her. She's going through the tunnels, and inadvertently he helped her out. You know what I mean, because she was stuck. She was dead to rights. You know what I mean, he keeps shooting at her, scaring her, whatever. and she got out of there, and yeah, she was hauling ass, but it felt like, yo, that road just felt endless. It felt like, bro, there's no way that she's getting out of here. And yeah, motherfucker came out of nowhere with the fucking horse. Like, yo, could you imagine being actually lassoed by a motherfucker? Like, and the thing is too, it was still dark, and then it got light really quick, whatever. So yeah, it is kind of confusing as to like,
The
when did
son
this?
was probably, I think, if I would imagine Faye sneaking into Rue's room, like let's go get the money out of the safe. I would imagine it'd be like 3 or 4 a.m. So maybe it was
Yeah.
like 5 or 6, and it was
Okay.
daylight
Okay.
savings time, and the sun was just coming up.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know, but like you said, it's a long driveway. It probably took her 6 hours just to get down the driveway running. No, but yeah, so that whole scene just opening quick, pop, 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 go, 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 just really kind of set the tone for this finale. And Rue escapes Lori like for the third or fourth time in like the
Mhm.
entire series. Like she's had to do this a few times now, but she's getting really good at it.
I gotta give Marshawn credit. And yo, do we even know his name in this show? Like, is he playing himself? You know what I'm saying? Is that Marshawn Lynch? Is Marshawn Lynch playing Marshawn Lynch?
That's an
But
interesting,
but
yeah.
no,
Let
it was
keep
funny because
talking.
yeah, you're worried, but like just like a movie, just like how a movie is, it's like yeah, they show you that he's around. Obviously, we know he's asleep, but then just how it is at the nigga, right at the right time, right in the nick of time, he's boom, got him out of there. You know what I'm saying? And that was like a godsend. But like, just imagine being lassoed by a motherfucker, and
Yeah.
like that I knew that felt like slavery, bro. That felt like he was like a slave catcher, bro. You know what I mean? Like he went, bro.
They've been
Yeah,
waiting.
bro.
I bet that guy has been waiting for a little light skinned girl to be running down that driveway so he could just gallop on his horse
But
and
and
drag her back to the box. Like,
they saying that Sam Levinson got this like fetish with black people, and like just like black trauma and stuff
yeah,
like that, whatever. So like yeah, it felt, it fit definitely fit that group and everything that they kind of stand for. And but yeah, I'm glad she got out of there in the nick of time. They talking shit while they driving, you know what I mean? And
yeah, they're celebrating.
it was just dope, man. Seeing
You
Marshawn kind of in his element, man.
you ready to know his name
Yeah,
in the
what is it?
show?
Yeah.
G.
G. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah.
One
G.
letter. Yeah.
My man G. Yeah. So G was doing his thing, and for all, so you know what I mean. And you think about it, you're like, I don't know, they're going through all the stuff, and I'm like, bro, this haul is not worth it, bro. Like
Yeah.
this was like, I get it. You know what I mean,
For
like
the so yeah, and then it's for the IDs, and it's like we
yeah,
find out that like Alamo's doing something he's not supposed to with the girls, like clearly.
yeah,
And the whole plan was for Lori to use the IDs as leverage or something. And so right, the plan not right. Like you just said, just what was the what
the
was the
haul
point? Why
wasn't.
did they need those back? I guess because if Lori used them as leverage to save her own ass when she gets popped or something, then
Maybe,
Alamo
yeah,
goes
like you might want to
down.
look into this person. You can,
Right,
yeah,
right,
like,
right, right,
maybe
right.
it was all leverage. And for her troubles, for all that she endured, all that she had to escape being drugged hundreds of feet,
Yeah.
what I mean, by a horse, she got 15 racks.
I
15
mean,
racks.
yeah.
Was that a $15,000 job right there, or what do you need for that, man?
I would say at least 50. Like at least 50, if
Yeah, I
not
think a good. Yeah,
100.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot, bro.
Yeah. For the fact that Alamo now has the IDs back, like how many were there? Like 20,
It was a
25.
lot. It was a
So
lot.
like 25 bodies, that's 25 life sentences if they convict. So I would say like a cool 500,000 for each ID that she got back is where if he charged Maddie 1 million for a body, fine, cut it in half. I need at
Yeah,
least a quarter to 500,000 for each ID I got back for you because that's one less life sentence in jail for you, Alamo. So
yeah,
15 racks probably a little low, but I mean for Zendaya, like or
yeah.
not for
Who's
Rue,
like, she's kind of like the ops. She's kind of a fiend. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, do you give a fiend that you're not giving them that much money?
Yeah.
But this was the first foreshadowing. Like this is the first piece of foreshadowing in this story. And we see, she's in pain. She's in deep pain. And here Alamo's like, yo, I got these perks. Like, what's up? And it Rue, to her credit, she was resistant. She was like,
Yeah.
I don't even do that, man. I don't even like
Yeah,
doing
well,
stuff.
when you get dragged down a dirt driveway by a horse with a lasso around your ankle and you get gunshots firing at you, I mean, a couple painkillers might be appropriate for anybody, you know.
But you kind of knew you kind of knew that what could happen to her, because then he takes the pill. I mean, I think to kind of like establish some trust with her.
Yeah,
And we don't. The pills was already out of the bottle though. I don't know. That's what it seemed like to me. I don't remember him opening that bottle and
right,
getting pills. The
right.
pills was already out.
Yeah,
So he takes one. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And then he gives her the rest, sends her on her way. Like, all right, man, don't get too fucked up. Don't get too crazy on those things.
Take a week.
Now.
He told her to take a week off
Yep.
because he assumed that a week would be all it would take, and
Yep, a week was all it take, and then she had some bread in her pocket. So being an
if it
addict,
wasn't from that pill bottle, the
Yep.
15 grand would have went straight into her. I mean,
straight into her veins.
let's
You know
be
what I'm
honest. That's probably
That
so
was the
either
plan.
it was a double tap essentially.
Yep.
Like he essentially signed her death certificate with that. Yeah, it's interesting scene. I don't remember him taking the sample pill, but you're the second person I've
No, he
seen
definitely
say
took
yeah.
one. He took
Okay.
one first, but that's what I'm saying. Like
Right.
those two pills were out of the bottle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, that's what I noticed. Looking back at it, and so he gives her the undisclosed pill bottle, whatever, sends her on her way. Right.
Yep.
So then, kind of getting into part two.
Part two, yeah. Yeah, the switcheroo.
The switcheroo. Now this is cinema, man. Like I love a good plot twist, bro.
Because you said last week, who's on the phone in the van? How do we know what's going on in the van? The DEA
Yes.
seems to have audio in the van, but it was just Wayne's people or Alamo's people in the van screwing up the floorboards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was a little weird. But I'm thinking that it's about to go down. Like it's like right away. Like they're gonna get caught in Mexico. Like
yeah.
that's what I was anticipating. But you see that Alamo and his people got the drop. You know what I'm saying? And you see Bishop on the roof, and he's already down in Mexico, kind of waiting for it. And we still don't even know what that means, right? Well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, what's about to happen? I'm thinking that they about to get swarmed. Somehow he's gonna try to get his homie out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we see a lot of movement, right? We see them get the girl, we see them do the transport. And then it was that one little thing that like I thought it was weird too, and I rewound that whatever because I was
Okay.
thinking like, did I miss it? So when the other guy, what's it, Mitchell, when Mitchell gets back into the car,
Yeah.
there's no Coke because he was drinking a Coca-Cola, and then I'm thinking like, so I remember I had to rewind. I'm like, oh, did the boy slip something in his Coke, or did he try to hide it? So I don't even know what it means. But and he's making a look at him like, oh shit, like hopefully he noticed. Oh, and he just apologizes, and then we just kind of go on about our business. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like if you go through the border with it's a black dude, a white dude, and then you got some women that are coming back from plastic surgery. Maybe that's a thing in California. Like they see that type of stuff often, but I'm automatically if I'm a border agent, I'm thinking trafficking. Like, oh, these are some trafficking ass motherfuckers. Like is that normal?
I would venture.
normal.
Yeah, no, so there's a movie called We Are the Millers. And if you've never seen it, it's so funny. It's
Yeah, I remember.
it's a white people movie, but basically he needs to get drugs across the border, and he's like, how do I do it? Oh, I need a family. So he hires a stripper as his wife, a homeless teenager as his daughter, and a nerdy kid as his son. And like they put on the clothes and the button-up shirt and the tie, and they get to the border, and he's like, yep, go on through. You're in an RV. You're just a family on vacation. So like two strippers with a fresh BBL and a facelift with a black dude, and clearly anyone in
Bro, a meth head.
2023, clearly a meth head Nazi, like the black, if the black man is shaking because he's sitting next to a white man, that's a problem. And so
Mm-mm.
it should have been a red flag, but
So yeah, and that's the thing. Another part where I'm thinking like, oh, they're busted. Like they're busted.
yeah,
Like so they didn't get busted in Mexico. They didn't get busted at the border. I'm like, wow, like this shit is actually gonna work for them. But then I'm kind of upset because I'm like, bro, that means that like Lori's gonna get all this bread. What? And I'm really thinking like, what is in it for Alamo?
yeah,
Like that's what I'm thinking about the whole time. I'm like,
yeah.
what is in it for him, man? Why is he even helping her out? This don't make no sense. If
And
anything, they're about to kill the brother who helped transport. They're gonna
yeah,
kill these girls.
yeah.
Like that's all I'm thinking about. I'm like, bro, this is the dumbest mission ever.
Well,
Like it's
and that's just and hey, shame on us, just two degenerate podcasters who are like, why would Alamo? What's Alamo doing a deal with Lord? Blah blah.
yeah.
My man's playing chess. My man's
He's
got
playing.
four. My man's got 4 steps ahead. My man's like, yo, I know that Rue's not the only rat in this establishment. I've got multiple people who are against me, and boop, bam, chicken slam. This is what happens.
Yeah.
And
So
he was right.
what?
He tricked the DEA and Lori, and
So
they
what
both.
did you think when the coke when it was the coke though? Like what did you think like the coke was missing? What were you thinking initially? Were you thinking like they
I
just threw it away or
Yeah,
what?
like I think that's probably why Bishop was there. That's probably
Yeah.
why Bishop was there, like during the surgery or the procedure. Like the two guys driving the van weren't like in the van during the procedure. They probably had like a hotel or in the office wherever it happens or something. They're
Yeah.
kind of sitting in an uncomfortable van. So probably just Bishop or another goon swapped it
No,
out
but
or
no, I know that, but I'm just saying, what did you think when you saw like
oh
his coke was missing in the beginning?
oh
What did you think it meant anything, or you just thought it was innocuous? Like you think like, oh no, it's nothing, it's
No,
innocent.
well, that I wasn't sure like when that happened. I wasn't sure when the switcheroo happened, but then obviously when the DEA said something to our boy Unc there, I can't even remember his name, but he's got the bag.
Yeah.
They were like, "Yeah, you're done. You're dismissed." I was like, "Oh, he was the wire. He was the one." And then I thought,
Oh, I thought he just meant. Oh, when he said I thought he just meant like. I didn't hear him say dismiss. I just thought he meant like yo, you can go. Like you're not charged with
I
anything.
assumed I assumed that meant he was the one. He was like the mole because that's how they had audio in the van. It
Oh,
was
he
him,
was the mole. Yeah, so he probably after he got beat up and robbed or whatever, and he
right?
did because obviously he went to the hospital. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you don't get shit back from. So that's probably how they caught
right.
up to him, and then
Yep.
they was like, "Yo, help us, whatever." Okay,
I
no, that
that's the way I put the puzzle
nah,
together.
that's
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
That's good.
And then
So
just yeah, and then
this plan was just well thought out, whatever,
yep.
because every now Lori and her whole team, they just feel like they're cornered. They're dead
They're
to right.
done.
They're like
Yeah.
they're done. Like,
Yep.
and so and it's funny because all of them was talking shit. Like
Right.
the old bald guy, he was like, "Oh, them pigs ain't gonna take me alive."
Mm-hmm.
They ran right up on him. He just gave up.
Yep.
The other dude with
Yep.
the long hair, the lasso dude, you know what I mean,
Yep.
it looked like he was about to have a shootout. Like he
Yep.
looked like he was
I
ready
thought
to.
he was ready, and then he just fell to his knees.
And then
Yep.
for all this and Lori, we hear her right before she does her thing. She says, "I'm not going. I can't go to prison."
Can't go to
I didn't
prison.
know what she was about to do. Like I didn't know exactly what she was. I figured like that was an option, but like,
Yeah.
but bro, I never, I've
Mm.
never seen this in a movie
Mm.
or anything
Mm.
depicted, whatever. So explain to me exactly what happened to Lori because so she tied a thing around her waist so tight that when she jumped, what happened to her body?
Oh, it was
And
around her waist. I thought her head just popped. I thought it was around
no,
her
I thought
neck.
no, it didn't look like it was around her head. I thought it was like it looked like she put it like around. But maybe if it was
Okay.
around her neck, obviously that makes more sense. But it looked like she did it in a way where like I thought her bottom half like
Something
separated from
burst.
her.
There was a burst of blood on the side of the building. So yeah, wherever
Yeah.
it was, the rope obviously just cut through whatever organ was right behind the skin. I think
Oh
that's
my
just it was probably a wire because she was on the roof. So like they probably didn't have a regular rope like on the roof. So it was probably like an industrial wire, like an Ethernet cable or something. And those are thin. So with enough pressure, I thought she put it around her neck and her head just popped or her neck just burnt or whatever.
I thought it was around her waist.
Either way,
and then, but it was
still
But to be fair, did the show run out of money? Because when it comes to special effects, because we've been getting graphic.
We saw Nate. We see the tits. We've
been getting graphic violence this whole show, and what we can't get whatever, whether it's
just a shadow,
a decapitated Lori head, a separated Lori, but like we didn't get that.
Interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting thought.
And so then we see that, right? So then we see there's no there actually is no drugs, right? She had already killed herself. There's no drugs. We see a rat.
Right. So So like, why were the cops there if there were no drugs? All they've got is 2 strippers with a fresh BBL. Imagine getting detained by the DEA with a fresh BBL as they're just dragging you out of the ambulance, like, and Kitty's like, "What did I do? I don't know." Like, it's just, it's okay. Right. If she wouldn't have killed her, what would they have arrested her on? A van of strippers?
She panicked. She panicked too quick. You know what I mean? Like
I didn't put that together.
I'm sure there's stuff at the crib. Like they definitely probably have some illicit things there.
Right.
But it wouldn't have been enough for her to have to kill herself, whatever. Damn. So again, this was another thing where this is another example where, Alamo is like, I'm not letting a woman, right? And this is going to be key. I'm not going to let a woman trick me ever again, right? And then so then we see actually what happens. Because we're like, where's the drugs at then? And then we see Bishop driving that truck with the Coke still in the cup holder. And I said, oh shit.
Yep.
I said, no, that was the best scene and sequence of this whole series to me. Like it was just
the switcheroo.
It was a good it was a good plot twist. I said I didn't really see it coming. I knew it meant something. I knew the Coke meant something. I'm glad they kept that in there to make it a little bit more believable. It was really dope, whatever. And I was impressed. I was impressed by how they did that. And man. So then I'm like, damn, Alamo, he got rid of his ops, right? He got rid of his ops. He got her shipment, right? He got all his photos back. I'm like, this man is the king. Like he's the king of the show. Like he's the man. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like the rest of the episode, I'm rooting for Alamo. That's you know what I mean. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, dang. And I'm even thinking like, oh yeah, like Rue gonna probably kill herself or something. Something's gonna happen to her. Like I'm already feeling.
Like you don't even care at this point because it's just Alamo. Like we're now on
the Alamo show.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh yeah, this is. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah. So that ends kind of part 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
all right. So chapter 3. Man, so when I first watched
this chapter pissed me off though. This pissed me off. Go ahead.
When I first watched this, I wrote down. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, we're bringing up Fezco. We're bringing him up again.
Yes,
we're using him again. But then once the whole thing kind of came together, and you realize because you said you missed it, you got to rewind it, and it's like one of those situations where it's like, oh, okay, like, fine.
Well, no, the way they had my man escaping, like that's what I'm saying. They didn't just mention Fezco.
Wow, right, yeah, he escaped prison using parkour.
Some random dude parkouring out of the prison.
Yeah. Which I think was a real thing, like that just happened like a few years ago. Like I'm pretty sure, like some guy escaped and he just like hopped up the wall and like hopped over the thing, and it would
What?
So it's a kind of it is what it is. But I mean, when you really reflect, so I mean, basically what you have to understand is that I think the whole thing, Ali coming into the room, the news, everything, all of that was just Rue sleeping on the couch, overdosing in her final moments. And when you realize that her final moments, instead of her being in agony and pain and overdosing and shaking and vomiting, whatever on the floor, whatever happens, she's surrounded by her most fondest memories and people. Him, Fezco, Jules, her mom, and then finally hugged by her dad. And it's kind of just this moment that is, man, I mean, cinematic, but at the end of the day, once you process it, it gets even deeper than that. Especially just in the sense, maybe you haven't put two and two together, but like Alamo gave her what was supposed to be Tylenol, laced it with fentanyl, and that's what inevitably led to her death. And we're supposed to assume, based on her testimonial and just what we've seen throughout the episode, she was sober all season.
Yeah.
And now everyone, her friends and people in the world, just thinks that she's just another junkie who OD'd and she relapsed and took a bunch of pills, when in reality, Alamo murdered her.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's why it's a good way to kind of get rid of loose ends, and that's the thing. That's the conversation online too, because then it's like, did she overdose or was she laced or poisoned, right? And I'm thinking like she did not overdose because she was already reluctant to kind of take the pills in the first place, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's an overdose at all.
No, and when you look at that bottle, it wasn't, you know what I mean, overdose, you feel like you're gonna see pills sprawled out, right? You're gonna, you know what I mean, you're gonna see overconsumption.
The bottle was still full when Ali took it. Yes.
That bottle was full.
She took one or two to take the pain away, and that's, we know how much fentanyl you need in order to. So
and it wasn't even that it wasn't even that Alamo laced her. He just gave her, that was Lori's drugs. That was Lori fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? Like in whatever form and however they want to do that, whatever. But like, yeah, he gave her Lori's drugs. And it wasn't, but yeah, that's the argument. It's like, I was like, she overdosed, and I'm like, no, she didn't overdose. You're not supposed to dose anything on that motherfucker shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. Like, it's supposed to be a 0 dose of fent, but not.
And it wasn't. That's not what she wanted to take. That's not what she meant to take. Whatever. So like, and so I don't know the terminology. Is that accidental overdose? Is that overdose? Is it laced, poisoned?
Wow, right. What's the term? Yeah.
What is the term? I mean, so it was a little tough to see, but like, I didn't understand. Like, it was crazy because I had to rewind that back a couple times because I'm like, I'm missing it because I'm like, wait up, she's dead. Like, because it's not until Ali's talking and he's in the meeting and he's like, yeah, I lost somebody, but and I was wait up, what talk about? Because it was so slow and it was kind of it was reminiscent of the old Euphoria of like. You know, we don't have whatever labyrinth, whatever, but we have that kind of music that's playing. And I'm like, it's all slow, and she's reaching, and she's like, like whatever. And so I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then I realized, and then obviously he's trying to wake her up, and she died. So you're saying that the whole time, she like even the Fez stuff like that.
She never left. She never left the house.
She never left the house.
She never left the house. So when we see her on the couch and Ali comes into the room,
like that didn't even happen.
Ali comes into the room and the newscast says, "Oh, inmate Fezco escaped the prison doing parkour," and she's like, "Fezco's out. I gotta go get him. I knew where he would be if I go get him." And then she never left the house.
She never left the house.
Yeah. So her driving to Fezco's old gas station, the police barricades, that was all hallucination. And then her
climbing on the roofs and all that, and running and seeing her mom and all that.
She never left the house.
Wow. No,
yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's right. It's, I think some people got it with like the reaching of the hand. Some people like got it when Ali was like at his final meeting. It clicked for me like just a little bit after Ollie like found her and like didn't wake her up, and I was like, oh, she was, yeah. It just a very it's a heavy. I mean, the best way to kind of portray that kind of situation. I don't really
Yeah.
know how else
So
she would do that.
initially, I was thinking, and I ain't gonna lie. Initially, I was
Yeah.
thinking like, "Damn, that's crazy, man! Like that's how we gonna kill Rue? Like,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, the whole time, like
Yep.
this is the main character of the whole show. This is
Yep.
how we gonna kill her." But then I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Like for after a while, I was thinking, I don't, for whatever reason, I don't really feel that bad for Rue though. You know what I'm saying? Like just in the sense of everything that kind of went on. Like this
Yeah.
was almost like it was supposed to happen. You know what I
There
mean? Like
was.
yeah, this is this way it was supposed to be. Like she was supposed to die
Yeah.
of drugs in some shape or form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She there was an interview with Sam, and he said that he Rue's a junkie and her story needed to end like one. And I mean, it wouldn't have been, a
Yeah, she
very
didn't. Yeah,
a
she didn't
very
necessarily deserve a happy ending. You know what I
right, a
mean?
very rare occurrence if Rue would have showed up at the homestead instead. And in a world, and especially after COVID and all this stuff that we're supposed to believe we're in the reality of now, it
But
just,
that'll fuck you up though, man. I'm
yeah.
really thinking about Ali that like yeah, you're a sponsor for somebody, you know what I mean, for a younger person. And for them to OD on your couch, like right under your nose, like that
So,
shit is
and here's the
crazy.
other
And
thing.
how long did it take for her to die? Like, yeah, I mean, was it like hours, minutes? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you said she never left the house, so like,
I think it was overnight. I think
okay,
probably like, yeah. Here's the other thing too. All of the other names, because we learned last episode of the people that Ali was trying to protect through his newfound life path and AA and all that stuff. All those people essentially took their own lives, and Rue was the only one that Ali like had on the hook, could have prevented, and
yep,
she wasn't responsible for the inevitable demise.
nah,
And
for sure.
that's essentially what takes us right into the final chapter of the episode.
It does. It does.
Um,
I never seen, but one quick thing. Have you ever seen any of those like test kits before, like the drug test kit thing that he used? I never seen that.
so you can get them in a magnitude of places. I think they sell them at the drugstore. I know they have test kits for marijuana and I think cocaine. I would imagine fentanyl's probably on the list now at like CVS and Rite Aid.
Wow.
There's also organizations. One of my clients is the Council on Chemical Abuse. They're up in Reading, Pennsylvania, just because Reading
Okay.
is like the hotbed for ODs in PA. So
Damn.
you can get anything I think from them for either at a low cost or for free, probably. I'm not 100% sure, but they're so yes, I think they're common now, especially, and honestly too. I'm pretty sure now that I'm thinking about it, a memory from the What Are We Doing podcast. I think years ago, like 2021, 2022, select few college campuses within our country were offering free
Mm,
fentanyl testing kits because if the kids were doing cocaine, they want them to do cocaine safely. And so, what's the
yeah.
number one? You lace it with fent and it's done, you're dead. So, here's a free testing kit. So I think they're more common now. I mean, you and I aren't in that world, so it's not something like you
Yeah.
think about, or Narcan or whatever. So
Nah.
it's
Yeah.
yeah. I think you can. It's probably common, especially probably in California. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ali does the test. He finds out the thing. It's fentanyl. It's laced, and it's chapter 4. It's the final showdown.
Yeah, man. And
Um,
it starts. We see Ali. sawing off his
Yeah,
shotgun.
let me ask you this.
Whew,
Not
whew.
making any assumptions, but I just assume maybe you had a little more knowledge on that. I always knew that like the term sawed off shotgun was actually sawing off the shotgun, but
Yeah.
what does that do? Is it more of a spray? Is there what's the purpose of that? Do you know?
Oh yeah, it makes it's a more violent shot. Yeah, I mean, and it's quicker. It makes it quicker, but yeah,
Right.
it's like a more violent. So, and it's illegal though to do
Right.
it. Yeah, I
Right.
mean, it's definitely illegal to do that to alter your guns in any way. So yeah, because basically you're altering it to make it more powerful, more
Right.
explosive.
Okay.
It's even more dangerous even to the shooter because like
Mm.
since it's a lot shorter barrel, yeah, I mean, any you have there's more chance for you to actually have recoil and for you to like harm yourself. Like it's crazy. So, but yeah, I've never actually seen it depicted like them actually sawing it off. Like
Yeah.
I know that's what it is, but yeah. So we know that because yeah, he knows. All right, it's fentanyl. I'm about to kill who gave her these drugs,
Right.
right? So
Everybody. Yep.
we know it's a showdown. We know what he's hitting for was about to go down.
Yeah.
And then we get a ride to the club. You know what I'm saying? And obviously we pick up Maddie, and we'll get into those characters. But obviously these women are kind of living in their own little world now.
Yeah.
She has to go on these dates and be around her
Uh-huh.
bae, her new bae, Alamo, and but as Bishop is driving around or whatever, there was a fan theory that was out, right? That people were suggesting that Bishop was the real Alamo, right? Like Alamo is like was some like loud. He's very boisterous and loud, whatever, and like that's like the front man, but the actual person in charge always was Bishop, but like he is the real Alamo. Like he is
Interesting.
really Alamo. And so I'm like, so I don't know the way he was driving with her and stuff like that. I was like, oh wait a maybe this is true. Like maybe he is really the man, and this other guy is just I don't know, just
Mm.
the spokesperson, whatever.
Hmm.
No, that didn't come to fruition.
No,
It didn't come
no.
to fruition.
My Twitter theory for those two are one, they look great together, so they should start dating, and two, um, now that the events of chapter 4, which we'll get into right now, happened, it should be them running the club, and that's the spin-off series. Is them
Okay,
with the
yeah,
club and the
in the
girls and the
house, yeah,
OF and the house. So,
yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, the ride to the club with Maddie and Bishop, Bishop kind of gives us another one of his hints for what's gonna come. Maybe we didn't think it was gonna happen that way, but he says he likes to surprise people, and a
Mm,
surprise is certainly what we got.
yep.
And so pretty soon after they arrive, Maddie to the club, she's going back to the room, and it's blatantly obvious based on the conversation she had with Cassie and what's going on. They're giving him an envelope of cash, and Maddie's in there sucking that. Like, let's just call it what it is. She
Pretend
has
that you like it. It'll go fast. It'll
right.
be easier. It'll be
Ugh,
faster. Oh, that's so
ugh.
gross. That's so gross.
Yeah, and just in the nick of time, I mean, in just full blown. I don't, what's so interesting to me? Movies do this all the time. Like the guy who's supposed to go out on his last bang puts his military outfit on because that's what he stands for. Like it's happened like in like 37 different TV shows and movies. And
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really understand what the point of that is to like prove to the guys you're there to kill that like you mean business. I
Well,
don't.
I think well initially though, I think it's to be unassuming because like people respect a man in uniform. You know what
They
I'm
would
saying?
never think a guy in a
Yeah,
military
no,
uniform in a
yeah,
strip
that's
club
what
would
it
shoot it up. Oh,
yeah, I
interesting.
think it does
Okay.
have a symbolic meaning after like trying
Yes.
to die on your but no, it just an initial like him
Yep.
coming in,
You're right.
he's gonna get the respect, he's gonna
Right.
get the attention, whatever. And yeah, you're wondering because we don't see him dressed up, but you figure that has to be Ali.
Yep.
But they do their best not to show him. But this motherfucker is ready. He locks that damn door. Yeah, I mean, he comes in there and Kitty's trying to touch on him, and he's like,
Get
no,
the manager.
Yeah.
and it's our boy. And I
Yo,
mean,
G, man, talk about being a manager. That's how I ain't gonna lie. If I'm gonna be working that job, that's how. Granted, I know there could be some things that come with that, but that's how I'm. That's
he's
how I'm
in
gonna
there with two of
manage the
his
club.
own girls. He don't want to be like who's
Yeah.
asking for a manager at a strip club? What are your chicken wings not good? Like what was the last? Do you not have a boner right now? Like what could you possibly need the manager for at a strip club? And so yeah, my man's is getting it in the back
I
office.
know. What a job, man. What a job.
Yeah,
And yeah, man, so he goes in there and obviously they want to have a conversation and that's the thing too. Like again, it's unassuming, I guess, this guy in uniform, but like this motherfucker is carrying the shotgun
yeah,
in a fucking bag, a duffel bag, whatever. And immediately he starts making demands and asking questions. And bro, he put that sawed off to my man's piece, bro, to his
yeah,
balls,
yeah.
man. And
Right under the table.
I'm like, yo.
And we're
And
playing a game. We're playing a game.
I really thought that, the young boy was gonna come up and shoot him up or something.
Little
I really
Asian dude with the gun in the side. Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
not
yeah.
Asian. He's not
Oh
Asian.
no, wasn't he? Oh, I thought he was
He's
Asian.
black. He's
Oh,
that's
was
a yeah,
he?
that's
Oh,
a little
maybe
black
I'm
boy, man.
thinking of it. Okay, man. I thought he
No,
was.
the
Okay.
little boy,
It's
the
my
little
fault.
guy, he's just not Asian. He's black.
He was playing with the dog at the end. He was playing with Bishop's dog.
Yeah,
That was a
that's
black.
a black kid. That's a black
Never
kid, man.
mind. I wasn't paying that close. I thought he was an Asian dude. My fault. Whatever.
No,
Hey,
he
respect,
do got a
respect.
little chinky eyes, but
Okay, okay.
that's a
Maybe
black boy.
Blasian, maybe with a
Maybe
B.
maybe a little Blasian, maybe a little
Yeah,
Blasian.
it's
I don't
okay.
know.
Right. And so he's like, listen, I'm gonna ask you a series of 5 questions, and if you lie to me, I'm blowing your shit off.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Who'd you give these to? Rue. Who would you? What happened? What is it? Are they lace? Yes.
Who runs this joint?
Who
Yeah,
runs it?
that was the question you got wrong though.
Yeah. He
The
was like,
lace
who
one.
gave them to her? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know who gave them to her. And then,
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was when he stood up because he acted like he was about to do something. Like, all right, nigga,
my
boom.
man.
And I said, yo, hey, yo, bro, kill me immediately. Like, put me out of my misery. I don't even want to feel that pain. I don't want to bleed out. And I definitely don't want to live. Like, yeah, I mean, so you have to kill me. Like, if you see somebody
Yeah.
get me with a sawed off
I
shotgun
got
into
you.
my nuts, bro.
I got you. I'll finish you off, fam.
Finish the job, bro.
Yeah, I got you. I got
'Cause I
you.
I ain't got nothing to live for no more.
And
man.
you'd probably feel a lot better if it was me than the other guy, anyway. So, you know what I mean? For the afterlife, I got you. No, man just gets splattered all over the stage. RIPG. You know what I mean? Our like second casualty of the episode. Man, and it's just, and that's third, right?
Casual.
Yes.
Because Rue,
Yes.
Lori, yeah.
Yep. And that's it. A boy blast off. Everyone's down. Everyone's ducking, and he's screaming. He wants Alamo, Alamo, Alamo Brown. Come out, wherever you are. And he's stuck in the room.
That had to be the worst Saturday at a strip club in anybody's life. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get out of that motherfucker.
Right.
You got a crazy ass dude in the military. Like, I mean, you feel like, yeah, this is on some like, manifesto. He about to kill everybody in himself type shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't even think it's about to be just a one-on-one. And yeah, man, Alamo, he steps up, man. And I told you, bro, I know Alamo's not a good guy. He's not a good guy. No. He killed Rue.
Yep.
I don't necessarily at this point, I don't necessarily feel bad for Rue because she was playing both sides and she was definitely willing to get him thrown under the bus and arrested by the DEA and all that, whatever.
Yep.
Even though he kind of helped her, but then we know that he's harmed several women. So it's like, it's weird. It's one of those instances where I am rooting for the bad guy. And because I'm thinking like, yeah, there's no way, like he's dead. There's no way he's getting out of here.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
And everybody is saying that for somebody that knows guns, that somebody is such a cowboy, why didn't he feel the difference in weight? Like, why didn't he notice? Why didn't he notice that something wasn't right about his gun? You know what I'm saying? Also, too, I don't need nobody to hand me no gun. I got that joint on me. I got he had a joint on. Like,
but he was with Maddie. Like, would you still have your gun on you when you got to get busy with the?
Maybe not, but
Yeah,
but also I'm grabbing my gun and I'm doing the double check. I'm not, nah, I'm not taking no, nah, I need to know.
yeah,
I need to
yeah.
know.
No, that is you right. The weight. I didn't think about the weight difference, missing all the
Because
bullets.
right before that, Marshawn Lynch looked at his bullet. That's crazy. That was maybe foreshadowing
He looked
too.
at his,
He looked at his
yes,
bullet,
yes, he did to
but
make sure he
Alamo
had one
didn't
in the
look at his
chamber.
bullet.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, this scene was slow, like
Bro,
10.
they even showed the foreshadowing because the snake the betrayal, like whatever
Yeah.
we see Bishop when
Yeah.
before what's his name Ali starts wilding out, we see him he's guarding that door, but we see
Yeah.
the big old
Yeah.
snake right next to Bishop. Bishop is the snake. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, so, right. So the champagne bottle rolls off. They're having a good old genuine standoff. And
Hell.
my man's Alamo was trigger happy a little bit before that
Oh
bottle
yeah,
rolled
no, he
off,
was
wasn't he?
cheating. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. That's the thing. He
Uh huh.
cheated. He
Uh
cheated
huh.
his own game,
Yeah.
and that's what did
And
that.
just right before he could get his last words out to Bishop, just like, I'll see you in hell, mother. And then just, you know what I mean? Ali blasts him away. So Bishop, the
Well, because
unsung hero,
he looked over. He looked over at Bishop and
he
was like,
knew, right? He
I'll
knew.
see you in hell, motherfucker.
And
Boom.
so this whole season, we've been kind of, the rumor was Bishop was the undercover DEA kind of situation. But basically, what I'm seeing on the timeline and I'm kind of putting together for myself is that, like, yeah, because we've seen Bishop. He's cut up people this season. He's fed people to the pigs. He's done things. He's buried
He's buried
Rue.
Rue a lot. Yeah.
Like, I mean, so
He had like a price on, basically on his mom or her mom's head.
so
I mean, like,
he's the henchman, but I think from what I'm to understand from the rest of the fandom is that, he did these things for Alamo, but he didn't necessarily agree with them.
yeah,
And doing what he did to Rue and
yeah.
pushing Maddie in that moment was just kind of the line to cross.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of people are pointing that out too. Because when Alamo first comes out, he uses Maddie as the body shield,
yeah,
right? You know what I
yeah,
mean? And they're
yeah,
like, "How can you do?" And I'm like, "Come on, man! Like this is
right.
a
He
villain."
doesn't care about women.
And also, yeah, he doesn't care about women, but also like what else he posted? I don't know. Like his boys wasn't
Oh,
like ready to shoot in that moment,
yeah.
whatever.
That and the other thing was they said that the very beginning of the turning point for Bishop was the bird because he loves the animals, him with the dog at the end, him with the snake, like he's an animal lover, and to kill Lori's bird was like the first like strike one for you, Alamo. Rue was strike two, pushing Maddie strike three. Now I'm giving you a non-loaded gun. So I don't know if it maybe potentially was that quick in the moment, but I think just kind of that everyone's like, wait, we didn't explain Bishop's betrayal at all, and I think that's just kind of to leave it up to interpretation that was it.
Yeah.
And then his last scene is like, oh, let me take you girls home, and he drives Maddie and Kitty right out the club. And so, you know what I mean? Alamo gets it. Ali does a triple tap just to be safe.
I don't need to do that. Like
Okay.
I don't think I'm ever if I gosh forbid, man, I get into a situation where I have to use like lethal force with a deadly weapon. I don't think I want and if I have a big gun, like a shotgun, I'm not gonna stand right on top of the person and
Get
do
splattered
the
like that.
nah, I don't want
Yeah.
that. I don't need
Yeah.
that in my life.
Interesting.
I don't need that in my life at all. Like, ooh.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just kind of, that's it. Everyone goes home. Alamo's gone. There's no consequences for Ali. And that's our kind of conclusion. Maddie, oh, by the way, Maddie, when Alamo gets blasted through the saloon doors, Maddie had a happier smile, big ass grin on her face. Just a more expressive emotion when Alamo died versus seeing Nate in his kind of casket. So interesting there. I was paying attention, so it was very she was very relieved. She took that money back. She said, I don't gotta suck anything. I don't want to tonight. Maybe Bishop, but like at the end of the day, that deal's done, debt's paid, and now her and Cassie are gonna go live their lives. We'll get into maybe here momentarily, but other than that, that's it for them.
So before we'll save the epilogue at the very end, but
Yeah.
let's kind of just get into some characters,
Yeah.
man. This season
Yeah.
overall, this episode,
Yeah.
Rue, right? So we kind of said we kind of agreed upon like, this is she went out how she was supposed to go
Yep.
out, but like again, like it was although she is the main character, although she was beloved, again, there was parts of this where I didn't really feel sorry for Rue. I didn't realize though that she never like yeah, you saying that and like yeah, now I'm putting it together. Yeah, like the fact that she never left the house. Yeah, that's tough, man, to see her last moments though be just some like hallucination, so to speak. You know what I
So the
mean?
happiest people in her life, Jules, her mom, her dad, and Fez. So it's a, yeah, there's a symbolic thing there. I think my biggest thing with Rue, obviously, it's her story, it's her show. She's our main character, and something that I don't know if you noticed too or not. Due to her death this episode, we didn't get like there was no no narration from her 'cause she's gone. So, and this was kind of a conspiracy from the beginning, like the fact that Rue is narrating the whole show. She's been dead the whole time, and this was just her retelling of it, kind of thing. So maybe that is the case, maybe not.
But she narrated all the other seasons too.
Yeah, right.
So.
And so the only other thing for me is just like for a lot of the characters, like we spent so much time this season. This wasn't a 30 to 40-minute episode arc like Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Like these episodes are hour 20, hour and a half. We spent so much time with these storylines and Rue getting arrested with the DEA and the phone tap and the wire, and could she be found out just to nothing. The other guy was the rat too, and he got caught and the whole thing, and it was like, there were some things that we spent time on this season with each of these characters that I think just either fell flat or aren't relevant now that we're at the end or whatever it may be. So that's just kind of my only gripe. But I mean, yeah, I think I'm on the same page as you. You love and you kind of hate, or on both sides of the fence when it comes to Rue. We love her as a person and a character. We don't love her actions, and there's consequences. And this was the ultimate one. And we kind of probably could have been the most accurate prediction of the series finale of Euphoria, I would say. So.
And then Alamo. Let's talk about Alamo, man. Man, what
carried
a
the
villain.
Carried the season.
He definitely carried the season. There are certain shows where it's rare, and movies it's rare where you do root for the villain.
Yep.
I can think of some like I don't know. I remember that one movie Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon. Like I don't know. I wanted him to live and be invisible out in the real world or whatever. And then they caught him, but whatever. But like I was rooting for Alamo for whatever reason. I think part of it was that story that we got of Alamo. And again, I know that he's a bad guy, but I think it was the fact that too that he defeated like this Nazi racist group, whatever. He kind of made his way, you know what I mean? He saved it. He saved the day even like that. He was a very imperfect character.
He was one bullet away. He was one bullet away from
because he was gonna
taking the whole thing.
Die. The dude was definitely gonna die because he definitely cheated.
Yeah.
Again, it goes into he promised that he wasn't gonna let a woman outsmart him.
Oh, but his ultimate mistake was trusting his right hand man. Wow.
And some I seen somebody online that was arguing like, yeah, but ultimately Rue tricked him because he didn't know that she actually had people in her corner or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but that's not her tricking him. Like he killed her. Like
Rue had people in her corner just from her charm and her personality and everything. Like that wasn't part of the plan. Yeah.
No, that was not part of the plan.
Yeah.
Like that was just convenient. That she had somebody riding like Ali, whatever. But yeah, I was like, no, that's not. No.
Yeah.
he didn't get tricked by a woman. He got tricked by a man. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
like
Yep.
you got to keep your friends close, enemies closer, whatever. But you always gotta be when you in a there's nothing's fair, you know what I mean, in that world, you know what I mean? When you in a den of thieves, when you in that kind of world, like you always gotta be like watching your back,
Yeah.
even to your right hand
Yeah.
man. But definitely carried the season. Um Definitely wouldn't have minded like this show to be about him. Yeah, I mean, like if we kind of take it back, like or him having his own version, or if they do some type of prequel, like I wouldn't mind seeing an Alamo type of thing, even though we know his demise ultimately. But
Yeah.
they did it with Breaking Bad and Gustavo Fring
Yeah.
and Better Call Saul, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I thought it was interesting. And like I said, for sure carried the season. Best character of the whole show for.
Yeah. So, the, so who, let's see who's next on the list.
But Maddie.
Yeah. So, or Ollie. Yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah, Ali.
yeah. So Ollie, I mean, Ollie is something that, just this character development through all the seasons. And it's just
I didn't realize he was gonna have such a prominent role. Like it definitely felt like he was just gonna be secondary to everything. I didn't realize like he had so much weight in it because I was thinking like, yeah, what's the point of having him here? Even seeing the flashback with him, like it didn't really add up, whatever. But it all kind of came together. It's good. Yeah, it was powerful though, seeing that though, and the reason why it was not going to be hit. So yeah, he kind of spoke it into fruition. This is my last meeting. He said, I got to find another way to be of service,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And this was his way. So I'm at least taking one of the. I can't take all the players out of the game,
Yeah.
whatever, but I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna get an eye for an eye for my best friend or
Yeah.
for my daughter figure that got killed at his hands, whatever. So yeah, like a tragic hero of some sorts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's cool like he was able to kind of get away, you know what I mean, and kind of live his life.
Next to, we could probably just do Maddie and Cassie together, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
they
So I guess they're creating some type of like OnlyFans like create like
a Bop House. They're creating the Bop House.
A Bob House. Okay.
It's what they call it. It's what Sophie Rain and all of her OnlyFans friends have done. It's just a house of girls. This is a real thing. It's all over LA, and they're just like, yeah, we'll just have them here. We'll charge them board and room. Like $1,000 a month plus 30% of everything they make, and we give them the cameras and locations and collabs and the promotion that gets Cassie 110,000 followers on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So, it's a interesting life. They're just living in this big mansion by themselves. Like, so by the way, no one knows Nate's dead. That's
Yeah,
what
I had an issue with that. I was like, all right, now this is dumb. Like that was the dumbest part probably of the show of this episode for sure. Where she's just having this intimate conversation with her sister, and for her sister just to be believing that like he just disappeared. And it's a mystery, and he just up and left. Like
right.
I get it. I get the trauma behind it. Maybe that was part of the deal. I guess then I'm wondering like what happened to like Nas's goon, like the guy that helped him with the bulldozer. Like is he? I don't know, bro. But yeah, like the fact that Cassie is like or Lexi's like, yeah, oh, so where is he? Like, and Cassie's just like, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, no
Like,
one knows, right? Like we just got married and no one knows like what happened to Nate. Yeah, like his family was looking for him, so I'd assume they still are. And it's just this weird, like, cool, okay, he's gone and missing, which means that, by the way, which probably they had an inevitable life insurance policy, a missing person doesn't pay that out. So I think Cassie made a comment that like she owes more than the house is worth, which
Mm-hmm.
in this market, I don't know how that's the case, but
Well, if it's 2023, you know what I mean. It's
yeah.
not the same market, but yeah, it's similar. But yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, and Lexi and Cassie, just I don't know how long like the deal was. I think someone might have said it was like a month after Rue died, and then we kind of jumped
well, it
from
was a couple
that.
months. It was a couple months
Yeah.
because he said because that's how Ali described it. He said, yeah, a couple months ago,
Okay.
my friend, yeah, my friend died.
So I mean, so like Cassie and Maddie were paying their debt to Alamo for a few months, and then now they're good to go, and they're just going to be in this big McMansion together and have the Bop House with 3 or 4 more OnlyFans girls. And I mean, that's the other spinoff that everyone wants. Everyone wants Maddie and Cassie to just be running around Hollywood and the drama of OnlyFans
I
girls,
mean,
and
it could work. It could
yeah,
work. But it's like it'd be like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I yeah, if it's just like a lifestyle show, then all right, whatever. But if it's like with a whole plot and when I say lifestyle, like it's just like them depicting like life, but it's not no like true like villain and all this and antagonist and a mission to get to, you know what I mean? Like I think that would be a little ridiculous,
yeah,
but it could be like a, you know, like yeah, Sex in the
yep.
City, but like Bob's in the City, Bob's in the house,
Yeah, no,
Bob's
that's
in the house.
a just a again, you know what I mean? This whole season, just from the beginning, we all kind of assumed and put together this like story that like Maddie was doing everything she was doing maliciously and like gonna stab Cassie in the back and like
Yeah.
and in reality it was just Maddie
Well, it was the trauma. It
doing
was the trauma Nate that ultimately brought,
yeah.
and the ownership of the whole situation, like where they had to. That's what brought them together
Yeah,
ultimately. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. I think it was an
hoes before
interesting,
bros. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, very interesting story arc with those two. I mean, you know, could we have here's the question that we should be asking with these characters. Could we have done this season without them? You know what I mean? Did it really lend to the overall arc of everything? Maybe
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit with Alamo
yeah,
and Maddie, and then, you know, maybe a little bit, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and they're just gonna live their lives happily ever after. OnlyFans model as Cassie's a slave to OnlyFans, and that's it because
Yep.
that's the only type of job she can get. Now she has this mansion that she needs to pay for because Nate's gone, which obviously she doesn't have issues with. She's got like a safe in the kitchen. I can't imagine that's her only safe. Why is it in the
I know, right?
kitchen? So envelopes in all the drawers, just doing that in front of Lexi. Like Lexi didn't have any questions about that. It just,
Yeah.
which leads us into our next
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
pointless
Yeah,
character of
if
this
you're
season.
gonna have like if yeah, there's no questions about this. Like, does she know that she like is owing Alamo money? And then if she knows that he's out owing him money, why are you owing him money? Yeah, there's too many. Yeah, but I guess again, you're not supposed to ask those questions.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I mean, so just along those lines of Lexi this season
Yeah,
could have, I don't know, like her in the show was that definitely important. I mean, guess that's how we got
I think
Dylan or
she's the
so.
moral compass, though. I think that's what her role
Yeah,
was. Because even at the very end in this episode, she just starts talking about religion and she starts talking about reading the Bible. And like,
right. She's
obviously,
like,
she's not religious, but
right.
like, just the purpose of it is to keep going through your suffering,
Yeah.
keep going through the bad moments. Like that's what happened in the Bible. That's what happened to all these
Right.
people.
It was like Rue left it at her house and she was just going to get rid of it. But then Rue passed. So she thought that'd be, and then she read it and realized she's made mistakes in life. And like, okay, great.
Even Cassie with the wisdom though, where
Yeah.
Cassie was just like, like yeah, like it doesn't matter how things are left with people. The
Hmm.
outcomes are gonna probably still be the same, and it all sucks no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then furthermore, having Cassie be the sage, and the voice of reason also in this episode was like, oh man, she that girl went through a lot, man. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
yeah, that's tough, bro. That's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah, I mean, even like that scene where they're at the diner and all that, like it's just like yeah, I guess you gotta eat. You know what I mean? Like you know, like the next day, you know,
Right.
it's you gotta eat. So
Yeah.
but overall, yeah, I think if you do watch the show with a different lens, it's not as bad.
Hmm.
But it's still pretty solid. But then yeah, the very end
Best
though,
for last, your favorite character. Well, how did you miss your favorite character? We didn't even talk
who?
about your favorite character only making 30 seconds of screen
Oh
time this
yes,
episode.
I forgot to mention yeah.
Jewel.
Boy look like a stegosaurus, man. Mad bones
I
on the back,
saw the
bro.
bones this
I said, what the
time. I saw the
fuck is
bones this
what
time.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
Painting a picture of
I
Rue.
have an issue with those type of scenes. So like
Yeah.
obviously we know it's acting and we know there's like stunts and stuff like that. I don't like when they show characters that are artists and then like they try to show us like them making the art because it's like I know you didn't fucking do that. So like
Mm.
you didn't draw you didn't paint that picture so whatever. So I'm not impressed
She was
whatever.
talking
So
about
like
it in the behind the
yeah so like
scenes. Yeah. Yeah.
just what's up? Well what happened?
Like in the behind the scenes, she
Oh
was
I
like,
didn't
"Oh,
watch the behind the
I
scenes.
wanted." Well, oh, yeah, Hunter Schafer was like, "Yeah, I wanted to be yellows and oranges, and this is how I wanted to be." The like she maybe like executive produced the painting. Maybe I don't know if she
Okay
actually did
okay
it, but she had a little bit of input for the show at least. You know, not maybe her
okay.
character, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I have a pet peeve with like stuff like that, like having your people do extraordinary things, like making things that they can't actually make them.
Yeah, and by the way, it like the painting was like what, Rue and hell, like just like kind of orange and red
Yeah, it looked crazy.
flames all around her. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Jules, another just character that this season I don't.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
very
it really served no purpose.
no
Like, and
ending, no explanation. Just she's gonna live forever in the penthouse as the boy toy of her sugar daddy. I guess I don't
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Okay, but yeah, man, the epilogue, the homestead, the end, the finale, everything. I said it in the beginning, wrong character, but same location. I said we'd end
yeah.
up back there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did
it's Ollie, and he, he's out of his uniform. This is his new life, presumably. He's just gonna join this family, which is something like, can you just do like
I don't know.
you just show up to
Was it
someone's.
didn't Rue have a different name to the people in the homestead?
Oh, yes. I think she said
I
she
felt
was
like
like
her
a
name was
reporter
different.
from Chicago or
Yeah, her name
something.
was not Rue, whatever. So like
Maybe. I don't
so I
know.
don't know.
Okay.
Maybe he explained all that to them and
Maybe.
then but like yeah, like for that this white family in the deep heart of Texas to take in this former crackhead black man.
Who, by the way, just murdered like 5 people at a strip club. Like, right.
Like, yeah, that was wow. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. It's all full circle.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell he was talking about. He was just, I guess he was just praying. I just knew it was over. I
He
knew
said,
this.
yeah, he was just basically, it was a prayer for Rue that the only the daughter understood. Like the rest of the family has no idea what's going on, but like the teenage daughter who has a
Well,
crush on Rue or whatever.
she looked freaked out that he was looking down at the end of the damn
Well,
table.
right.
Like,
She was like, what do you, yeah, yeah.
but
And
like,
yeah, just the final prayer, you know what I mean? He said amen and may God bless us all. And that's the end. That's the end of the
yep,
series. And then we
yep,
get a shot of Ghost Rue at the end of the table, and it's
yeah, that
just
was
supposed
dumb.
to represent the fact that Ollie knows that she's now in a better place, and she's a better
Yes,
person because she's not addicted to drugs anymore and can just
yeah,
be wherever she is and whatever she does. And that's it.
yep.
And that's Euphoria. And that's the season finale. It's the series
Series
finale.
finale.
And
Yes.
I mean, I think, fam, you and I pretty much just kind of, you mostly nailed it on the head of just, when you take a step back and you remove the seriousness of all these situations, it becomes a little bit of a better show. How would you rank this season, or even just a series overall? Where are we at?
This series overall, man, it's definitely like in the mid tiers of series. It's like it's not really great. You know what I mean, like in totality, I think it really did. The first 2 seasons, like
Yeah.
it's weird. It's not long enough for it to be like that disappointed. Like for example, Game of Thrones bad ending, right? But it was so great that like the bad ending sucks, but like it didn't really
Yeah.
it's crazy. It didn't really drop its standing in terms of it being a great show
Hmm.
because every line of dialogue mattered, everything like that. In terms of like great shows, it felt like there was something there in the beginning. I think the obviously the hiatus, man, 4 year hiatus
Yeah.
is really what hurt the show.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, it and this season, although it was entertaining, it does kind of I feel like it balances it out. Like it was really good. This one's not that good, but maybe it's like middle in the middle of the road type of show.
Yeah, and maybe that's just a scenario where, like, would we have benefited from shorter episodes because we could have cut out? And I mean, speaking of cut out, I mean, there's a handful of Dominic Fike was supposed to be in the series finale. He played
Who's that?
the kid, the boy that saved Rue in season 2, and then like he made out with Rue, and he was the one who told
Oh yes,
Rue's
yes, yes,
mom
yes,
about
yes,
I
yes.
forget his name.
Yeah.
He was slated. He I think filmed. I think he
Oh
filmed, but
wow.
like everything was cut. There were scenes with Lexi cut from the wedding. We were supposed to see Cassie stripping at Alamo's club.
Oh
That was
wow.
cut from the finale. So just a lot of stuff that we didn't see that could have been in but shouldn't have been in, and other stuff that definitely we could have just taken out and only given us a 45-minute episode and we would have been happy. But I think you're right. Yeah, I think ending it at season 2 might have been the best move. But we got season 3. You know what I mean? I think it knocked it down a peg. I would say maybe overall I give the series like maybe like 8 or 7, but with season 3, knock it down to like a 6 or 7. Shout out to my
Yeah.
son. But it's just a situation where I am happy they're not making another one. I think is
Yes,
where
yes,
is
yes.
where we're at.
That's where we're at.
Unless it's a full cast and maybe a new writer, showrunner, or something. Who knows? A reboot, maybe 5-6 years later. But other than that, I think we're good. I think we're good on Euphoria. I think they wrapped it up the best way they could have. And it's just kind of the lack of labyrinth, the fact that we know that all of the main characters hate each other and they're all just way above an HBO show now, movie wise, career wise, anyways, is kind of taints it a little bit. But like you said, entertaining at the end of the day, and just some of those moments, the switcheroos and Bishop and Alamo, and the whole kind of ending was vigorating and
Yes.
entertaining. And yeah, I'm not too mad about it. It's not the worst season that we've done on this podcast. So
No,
yeah,
no, it's not. It's not. It's
yeah.
not.
So
So.
yeah, man, that's it. That's the end, and I think that's where we'll cut it off, right?
Yep. Yeah, man. We'll be back in a couple weeks. We're gonna take a couple weeks off. We'll be
Yeah.
back with episodes and to recap House of the Dragon season 3. I can't wait for
Yes.
that. And then, I think we'll have some time off, and then we'll be back for Harry Potter, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm excited. They just released another trailer for House of the Dragon season 3,
I
and
didn't
it's
even. Yeah, I didn't want to watch it because I was like, I didn't want nothing to take my attention away from the
yeah.
show, so
Yeah.
I skipped it. But I'll take a look into that. So
All right. Well,
can't wait to get back into the lore and all that type of stuff.
let's wrap up this series, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Euphoria, the final season, the final episode, everything. You'll probably, hopefully, you might never see it again. From season 1 to season 2 to now season 3. We can't thank you guys enough for rocking with us this season. Every episode, every view, every like on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, follow us there. Links, as always, in the description down below. My name's Levi. That's Los. As always, my friend, it's been a pleasure this season.
Always,
Incredible. I can't wait. House of the Dragon season 3 coming next. Keep those HBO subscriptions. Don't cancel them yet.
Yep.
We're on our way with more content. 2 more seasons this year. If not 3, maybe a third one there by the end. But we'll see. Actually, I think we'll end on. I think Harry Potter comes out on Christmas Day.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
might be we might be into 2026 by then, which then will take us right into Night of the Seven Kingdoms season 2.
Hey.
So more to come. We're on our way. Have a great night. Thank you, everybody.
Peace out.